long-awaited Udex Fontaine has been released at last. But is his gameplay as good as his lore? Is he worthy to pull? First, let's talk about Neuvillette's kit. Neuvillette is on-field main DPS with charge attack as his source of damage. The charge attack reduces his HP and require quite some time before launching it. But there's a simple solution to solve this problem. Source Water Droplet is blue-colored balls created from Neuvillette's skills and ulti. It quickens the duration of gathering charge attack and adds Neuvillette's HP. You won't have to worry about him dying after using his charge attack continuously. There's only one downside about Neuvillette, just one. He's likely to fall down during his charge attack. Don't worry, you can solve this easily by applying shield from 4-star character, which is more than enough. I'll discuss it later in the team comp section. Let's get into his skill. Neuvillette will launch Hydro Damage attack. If it hits the enemy, it creates 3 Source Water Droplet. This skill has 12 seconds cooldown. Next, his ultimate. During ulti, Neuvillette will launch Hydro Damage area, along with additional Hydro Damage attack. If the ulti hits the enemy, it creates 6 Source Water Droplets. Neuvillette's ulti has 70 energy cost and 18 seconds cooldown. Oh, and Neuvillette's special charge attack, skill, and ultimate damage scales from his HP. After talking about skill and ultimate, let's move to the passive talent. First passive talent, Heir to the Ancient Seas Authority. Once a character in the party triggers Vaporize, Electrocharge, Bloom, Hydro Swirl, or Hydro Crystallize elemental reaction to the enemy, Neuvillette's charge attack damage rise up to 160%. Next, Discipline of the Supreme Arbitration. For every 1% HP of Neuvillette's 30% max HP gives extra Hydro damage by 1%. You can get max 30% Hydro damage bonus. Last passive talent, Gather Like the Tide. Neuvillette makes the party swim 15% faster, suitable for underwater exploration. Now we know about Neuvillette's kit and HP scaling damage. Let's get to his weapon and artifacts. First, weapons. For 5-star weapon, of course, on top of the list is his signature weapon, Tome of the Eternal Flow. It has a huge crit damage substat, around 88.2%. The passive adds extra charge attack damage and accelerates energy regeneration, the perfect choice for Neuvillette. Another 5-star weapon, you can equip Lost Prayer for extra crit rate, quicker movement speed, and elemental damage bonus. Not only that, we have Jetfall Splendor, which has a high HP substat, plus its passive accelerates energy regeneration and adds bonus elemental damage based on HP. Those are the best 5-star choice. For the 4-star ones, we have Sacrificial Jade, the newest catalyst from the Battle Pass. It's a great one as not only it adds crit rate from substat, but also adds HP and elemental mastery from the passive. You're a pure F2P player and have no Battle Pass weapon? Don't be sad, the Witseed works as well. Its substat adds plenty of extra crit damage, and the passive gives Neuvillette random buffs. For alternative, you can equip Prototype Amber. You heard me right, the most F2P friendly choice. You can craft it at your favorite blacksmith. Aside from that, Prototype Amber has quite high HP substat. The passive accelerates energy regeneration. Plus, since it's a craftable weapon, it will be easy to have its max refinement. Skill, check. Weapon, check. Next, let's get to his artifacts. Neuvillette has plenty of artifacts optioned. The best artifact goes to Marejosi Hunter. It 2 sets add extra charge attack damage. The 4 set add extra crit rate when the user HP increase or decrease. As the Neuvillette charge attack consume HP and Source Water Droplet heals him, surely this artifact is effective for Neuvillette. The alternative artifact is 4 set Heart of Death. 2 sets of them add bonus Hydro damage, while 4 sets add Neuvillette charge attack damage by 30%. 4 sets Wanderer Troop. 2 sets of them gives extra elemental mastery. Its 4 set adds Neuvillette charge attack by 35%. For the last alternative, mix and match 2 pieces of artifact. For example, you can equip 2 pieces of artifact which increase HP, like 2 Milelith and 2 Furukasha, or 2 pieces that add bonus Hydro damage, Nip Stream, and Heart of Death. Please pay attention to the artifact's main stat and substat. Since Neuvillette scales on its HP, you can equip Sands with HP % main stat, Goblet with bonus Hydro damage, and Circlet with crit rate or crit damage. For those who equip Marejosi Hunter, I recommend Circlet with crit damage, as 30 or 50% crit rate is enough for the 4 sets users. Aside from Marejosi Hunter's users, you can adjust other artifacts based on your Neuvillette's need. For substat, prioritize HP %, then crit rate or crit damage, energy recharge, and last one, elemental mastery. Kits, weapons, and artifacts are done. It's time to shift to Neuvillette's team comp. I tried some variation of team comps. Neuvillette is really flexible and suitable for almost all team comps. In this video, there are 7 recommended team comps. Whoa, that's a lot. First, Hyper Carry Neuvillette. It consists of Neuvillette off-field sub DPS like Albedo or Fischl, anemo support such as Kazuha, Sucrose, or Venti, and last, a shielder like Zhongli, Layla, or Diona. This team maximizes Neuvillette's damage as on-field DPS, with the rest as his support. Even the sub DPS functions not only inflicting extra damage, but also maximizing his passive talent, Heir to Ancient Sea's Authority. Next, Hyper Bloom Neuvillette. It consists of Neuvillette, 2 Dendro characters such as Baiju, Nahida, Kolei, Dendro MC, or Yao Yao, and an Electro character like Cookie, Fischl, or Raiden. Make sure the Electro character has a high elemental mastery. Neuvillette not only acts as on-field DPS, but also Hydro Applicator to help both Dendro Bloom's reaction. The Dendros activate Dendro Resonance, which increase the party's elemental mastery. The Hyper Bloom damage, which is inflicted by your Electro, will hurt even more. Then, Vaporize Neuvillette. It consists of Neuvillette, Hyrosub DPS like Xiangling or Dehya, anemo support such as Kazuha, Sucrose, or Venti, and Bennett as both support and healer. This one is similar to the previous team, but with different elemental reactions. Neuvillette acts as the main DPS and also Hydro Applicator to trigger Vaporize reactions, which is activated by the Pyrosub DPS. The anemo support and Bennett gives buff for more overall team damage. Next, Geo Neuvillette. It consists of Neuvillette, Albedo, Goro, and Zhongli. You thought Mono Geo only works with Ito as main DPS? Nope, you've got it wrong. Neuvillette works really well in this team comp. He acts as the main DPS here, while Albedo giving the enemy some huge damage off-field as the sub DPS, and Goro is here to boost Albedo's damage. Lastly, Zhongli as a buffer and shielder. Freeze Neuvillette. It consists of Neuvillette, Cryosub DPS like Kea or Rosaria, anemo support like Kazuha, Fenty, or Sucrose, and lastly, Diona. Neuvillette acts as the main DPS and Hydro Applicator to help Cryosub DPS freeze reactions. Anemo support gives extra buff, and Diona as both healer and shielder. 6th, Tessor Team. It consists of Neuvillette, Electrosub DPS like Beidou, Fischl, Raiden, or Yayamiko, anemo support like Kazuha, Fenty, or Sucrose, and lastly, you can pick between Zhongli or Cookie. This team has simple gameplay but deadly damage. You can electrocute the enemies until they turn to dust, non-existent. Last but not least, Freeze Bloom Neuvillette. It consists of Neuvillette, Baiju or Yao Yao, Nahida, Dendro MC or Kolei for the second Dendro, and a cryo character like Kea, Rosaria, or Layla. This one has simple yet interesting gameplay. All you have to do is apply Bloom reaction to the enemy, then freeze them, causing them unable to move. They have to stand still and wait until the Bloom reactions explodes. Since Neuvillette is a great Hydro Applicator, he's able to make the enemy freeze and create Bloom reaction at the same time. Yep, that's all about Neuvillette's kit and build. Neuvillette is a Hydro main DPS, worthy to roll, with simple gameplay yet deadly damage. He's also a great Hydro Applicator, which makes him flexible in any team comps, and even more worthy to roll. Neuvillette has lots of weapon options, from exclusive to F2P friendly, plus various artifacts combinations. What do you think? Now interested to roll for Neuvillette?